Alright, we're going to be trying to make some mozzarella here. We're going to see how that goes. Yes, it's an old joke. Quick credits. And materials and methods. We're going to be using citric acid. I'll outline a lot of this when we go into it. A gallon of pasteurized milk, rennet, tablespoon of iodized sea salt, calcium chloride, and we're going to use a stainless steel pot, blade, digital thermometer, microwave bowl, colander, measuring cups, and spoons. A lot of this stuff you can have around and get from the grocery store, but a lot of the main supplies I get from New England Cheese Making Supply. Honey?
Yeah, yes, we are.
Okay, we're going to do cheese, mozzarella. Let's talk about a few things. Going to need some reagents. This is handy. So is this. Kind of not necessary. You can get away with wood utensils. Measuring spoons, measuring cup. Rennet. You can get it in liquid form, but I don't know what its shelf life is. The recipe we're using calls for a quarter. I'm using a half just to make sure it coagulates. Have it dissolved in water. It's the thing that will take the longest to dissolve. I also have a teaspoon and a half of citric acid that you can buy at any store. Also in filtered or bottled water. That came in there. This can actually be kept in the freezer. Salt for salting it, you just don't want chlorinated salt. So it can be cheese salt, kosher salt. We're going to use kosher salt. Microwave dish, colander. This is optional. I'm going to throw it in and use it to line this so pieces don't fall through, but you don't need it. Let's talk about milk. Gallon, regular plain old milk. Organic, up to you. Absolutely do not use ultra pasteurized. This is just single pasteurized whole milk. It's fine. No, I've not done the halaya, the raw cow's milk, goat milk thing. Probably won't. Single pasteurized is fine again, but don't use ultra pasteurized because you'd be lucky to get a tablespoon of cheese out of it. The ultra pasteurization kills the proteins. Okay. Pot. Yeah, it's a pasta one. The important thing is it's stainless steel. You don't want to use aluminum because the drop in pH with the citric acid will tear the aluminum up. So you can get away with it once or twice, but I wouldn't do it on a continuum. So what we're going to do is take that part out and use that. Oh, I also made mention. Calcium chloride, optional. I was originally taught just rennet and citric acid. I'm going to put a little bit of calcium chloride in there. It helps with the coagulation, particularly with homogenized milk. Makes it very handy. And in the end, you'll see we'll need a baking mat. So we're going to go over here.
It's not uncentered.
Not centered? Okay.
I guess you use a whole gallon.
I use a whole gallon for this. And this pot limits me to a gallon. But that's why Santa bought me a 20-liter stainless steel pot for Christmas. What I'm looking for is get it up to somewhere along the line of 50 degrees. Now it says 60, but that's probably because it's also reading ambient temperature. But that's a good time to throw in the calcium chloride. I'm sorry, I meant the citric acid, but I did mention that. A couple of drops. You don't want to put that in when the milk is really warm, because that's kind of like putting in vinegar, and that's more the recipe for cottage cheese. And then it's kind of, whoops, that almost kicked out of my hand. Now we gotta wait till we get up to about 90 degrees. 12 degrees to go.
Yeah, and in the meantime, you're stirring.
I did some kind of medium-high heat to get it going, but then we settle down to medium. Settle down to a medium heat. Let it kind of creep up slowly.
Okay.
We're starting to get a little bit going as is. And we are about 92, 93, and that's good enough. What we do here is add the rennet. And you want to make sure this goes all the way to the bottom. And I will stir this for about 2 to 3 minutes. Turn off the heat. Completely convinced that I've stirred it up totally, top to bottom. Because you don't want the top part coagulating and have the bottom part, then you end up with not much in the way of a decent yield. Some say 5, I go 10. See you back in about 10. There'll be a major change.
Okay. There we go. Time is up on that one. Ready? Here we go.
Okay, now there should be a major difference. And see that pulling back? Clear way. This is liquid gold at this point. So we're gonna cut. I can feel it going deep too. Oh, no, we don't need to rotate around. So just like Bo Peep, there's your curds, and that's the way. Protein-rich solution. People use it for a variety of things. Soup stock, gravy bases. Some people have been known to wash their hair with it. Drink it. Some people drink it as a high-protein drink.
That's okay.
And there we go. Alright, so I'm going to just gently...
Now I have to get out of your way because you're coming back over, right?
No, I'm going to... Here. Just bring it up just a little bit. Bring it up to about 105, so it's going to hop up to the mid 90s. So I am on more of the high medium. It's not going to take much to take it up. It's already sitting at 98.
You're not touching the bottom of the pan, right?
No. I don't want to stir this because I don't want to mince this up. So I'm going to go off to the side and just kind of gently. You can season it if you want. Garlic, chives, onions, peppers even if you want. Depends on how you want to use the mozzarella. If it comes out real good, People snack on it.
Is this
Anything-
mozzarella?
Anything else you can put on a pizza or in lasagna. Yeah, this will be a
Okay.
mozzarella. All right, I'm about. Two, but I want to make sure it's. The way is ever so slightly cloudy. You don't want to beat it up. You don't want to turn it into cottage cheese because then the next step gets very tough, hard to do. No, maybe it's fine. All right, I'll let it sit for a little bit, a couple more minutes.
And I'll put it on pause while they wait for this.
And then we'll go over to
The counter.
counter.
Countdown.
I think we're good to go. This whole big thing is a giant cheese curd. So, oh, yum, 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 yum.
Whoops. They didn't need that close of a look at the cheese.
This is a pretty good yield. Now this will shrink down in the processing after this point.
Loki's checking to see if you're dropping any on the floor.
No, you'll get yours in a little bit, big boy.
Says, Daddy's making cheese again. Okay.
And that's how bad you want all these little pieces. Not much in here after this point. Okay. Curds? Why? I want to move this to the side.
It was Little Miss Muffet.
Yeah.
Sat on her tuffet. And she can have the way.
All right, now. This is where it gets fun. Some people use their hands. They'll eventually use their hands. What I want to do is press this out. And I'm going to use the short method. Charmaine LeBlanc's method. I took that class in December 2011. That's the recipe I've been using ever since. At this point, we're going to hop to the microwave. You could do it with a double boiler with water at 170 degrees. It's just a little more convenient. Okay. And as I said, this is optional. You just definitely need the colander. Okay, come on up, big boy. All right. At this point. Now we got to get it heated up. And that's where I go for these. You could use dish gloves. These won't provide me a lot of heat. Oh yeah. And it's 30 seconds in the microwave.
Okay.
See you then.
30 seconds in the microwave. Okay, it took, so far he did it 2 30-second rounds.
Two 30-second runs.
And you're trying to see if it's at what temp again?
I need it at 140. It may take a series of 30-second runs. You don't want to hit it too long, but successive 30-second runs. Right
Intervals.
now, just barely over 100, but that gives us the time to
Drain it. Look at all that water that came
sure
out.
feels warmer than 100.
Try it again.
NESC, New England Cheese Supply Company. Same people I get this from, too.
Oh, okay.
All right, we're a little closer to 120. Okay, let's go hit it for another 30.
Okay. Okay, he tried it 30 more seconds. You saw all that water. It still has some, whey,
Still has some. It's going to be...
fluids in it, liquids.
Not quite.
Got a lot of liquid in it.
She's getting hot. Yeah.
Maybe that spatula thing, this thing, and you put it.
It's not a rapid read, that's for sure. Probably got a dead battery.
That won't work.
That won't work.
Another one looks like candy thermometer further back.
The original one is okay. We're now reading just short of 140. It's just not a rapid read, I don't think. Let's get the cheese on there. And as it gets warmer,
More.
it should start getting to be, see, here's breaking apart. I'm going to go again, and maybe next time we'll add in the salt.
Okay.
The problem is if I add in the salt, it gets into the liquid. As you pour off the liquid, you lose your salt.
You lose the salt.
And then you end up with kind of a flat cheese.
Okay, 30 seconds. We'll be back. Okay, let's see what it is this time. I was thinking, wouldn't that help? Yeah, like that. At least your hands would be protected.
I want to knead it a little bit. You can see it's breaking up, but as it breaks up,
More liquid comes out?
more whey comes out.
Oops.
Okay. Hit it again.
Okay. We'll be back when we find that it is stopping all of this. Okay.
A few more rounds.
A couple more rounds later.
We are getting there. Come on.
You need something that goes across. It's circular on one side.
Not getting a lot of whey out of it, so this is going to be the time I'm going to
Put salt.
sprinkle in.
How much of salt did you have?
That's a teaspoon.
Okay. I'll kind of go over your shoulder.
Yeah, it took the better part of 4 30-second runs to get this up over 140. Do whatever it takes to get that temperature up there, else it will not congeal. And this batch didn't stretch as normally or as early as I would want to. Even though it was 4 days away from the technical expiration date, I tried to use it fairly fresh, but this particular gallon sat for the better part of 7 to 8 days. That probably had something to do with it. Usually it's firmed up by now.
Oh, that's kind of, sort of.
See, we should be at a point of getting to be stretchy.
Hmm.
So I'm going to keep. And then hopefully as it cools, it will
Start getting stretchy.
it'll start getting stretchy. Because it should get to a point like bread dough where it wants to fight back. And so far, I am not seeing I'm not getting any fighting back. Ideally, that's what we have here, and we can kind of press it, roll it. Starting to get the consistency, but it's still not fighting back yet. Getting there.
Should I pause it while you're getting there?
Yeah, let me knead for a while.
Okay. Okay.
We were been kneading for what, about 5 minutes or so?
Oh, yeah.
And it's finally starting to
And all those little pieces you just kind of pick up.
stretch. So it's a passable batch, not the best. It's not going to be one where you can stretch it in a couple of feet, but let it go all over the place.
Loki said, just let it fall, please. Loki and Luna are waiting. Said, you call my name? Is it there? Oh, I get to be guinea pig.
Oh,
Okay.
and then Loki,
Hey, Loki. Is it good?
leave the fingers.
Luna says, I'll take some.
Is that good, big boy? Ooh, is that good?
Guess you got more? So I'll look. I'll look.
So at this point, it's still kind of warm. You could take a spoon or one of the small ice
Scoops.
melon ballers and make little things,
Little balls.
For mozzarella balls for salad. You could cut it up. I'm just going to leave it like this. We'll slice it off, use it as we need it, and mozzarella.
25 minutes
I mean,
there.
it could be
More than that.
stretched a little bit more, but it's a decent batch. I'll call it.
Okay. That it?
Yep.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Like anything, gotta sort my references. Learn to Make Cheese, Artisan Cheesemaker, both Facebook groups, Hammock Haven Farms, Gavin Weber, who's outstanding, and Living Tradition Homestead on YouTube are quite good. Charmaine LeBlanc, my original teacher, and I list a couple of books here. And it goes without saying, thanks for watching, and always remember, this is the way. Sorry, had to use it.